Chapter 8 Huge Indemnity. Su Nan sneered and said, "It's him." Ning Fan immediately took an interest. He was about to shake hands with Chen Hao, but he retracted his hand. Instead, he patted Chen Hao's shoulder. "So, you're the famous Chen Hao. I have seen your ex-girlfriend before, Yang Xia. She is quite pretty. I would like to apologize on behalf of my brother for stealing your girlfriend. By the way, if you come to Jinling Commercial Street in the future, just mention my name. You can get 30% off." Ning Fan said so to show his apologies. "Ning Fan, it doesn't matter if he mentioned your name because this poor guy can't even afford anything on this commercial street." Several girls beside Zhao Yifan covered their mouths and laughed. "So that's the truth. Pardon me then. Lu Qin used to tell me that he had a crush on the girlfriend of a poor dude. I thought his girlfriend wasn't pretty, but when I visited your school that day, I saw that she was very beautiful. So, I subconsciously thought that Chen Hao was very rich." Ning Fan laughed. "How is it possible, haha?" Su Nan laughed. "Fan, when you suggested Lu Qin to ask the beautiful Yang Xia out with money, he went back to his room and spent only half an hour talking on WeChat to get Yang Xia to agree." At this moment, Chen Hao's roommate, Yang Hui and the others, were already full of anger. Even Ma Xiaonan was angry. "What do you mean? Is being rich a big deal?" Yang Hui stood up and shouted. Ning Fan blinked. "My friend, it's not about money. In this day and time, whoever that can give the best care to a girl deserves to have a beautiful woman. Let this beauty, Zhao Yifan, decide. Am I right?" Zhao Yifan had been paying attention to Ning Fan's temperament. Ning Fan handled things calmly with good manners. In addition, she already had a bad impression of Chen Hao. She nodded slightly. She had met Yang Xia before. A guy like Chen Hao was simply not good enough. "Do you think the poor don't deserve a life? Aren't poor people humans too? Do you think that you can destroy other people's feelings and make fun of them just because you are rich?" Chen Hao, who had been enduring their taunts, stood up at once. His eyes were red and he clenched his fists. He looked at Ning Fan angrily. They always teased and mocked him. At first, Chen Hao put up with it because today was Xiao Nan's birthday after all. But now, Chen Hao couldn't stand it. Zhao Yifan looked at Chen Hao in disgust. Not only was this man poor, he also had no tolerance at all. He couldn't even take a few comments. Blondie, who was on the side, was enraged. "Chen Hao, what are you doing? How dare you talk in such a rude manner to Ning Fan?" In order to present himself in front of Ning Fan, Blondie picked up a bottle and threw it at Chen Hao. This was not the first time he had beaten Chen Hao, not to mention he was doing it in front of young Master Ning now. "Chen Hao, watch out." Yang Hui's eyes were sharp and he quickly pulled Chen Hao aside. The bottle made a curve and flew straight out. Clang, the large feng shui fish aquarium outside the door shattered. Splash, water gushed out. There were shards of glass everywhere and the fish was flopping on the ground. This. Blondie froze for a moment. His face turned pale, even Su Nan's and Ning Fan's eyes twitched. "Gosh. This feng shui fish is really expensive." Su Nan stared at Blondie. There was a tremor in his tone. Blondie gulped. "Nan, Fan, I didn't expect Chen Hao to dodge it. I didn't do it on purpose, I really didn't." Blondie stared fiercely at Chen Hao after saying that. "That's right, we can't blame Blondie. Chen Hao, what's the big deal with being hit? We will make it up to you with money, so why did you dodge?" The girls were terrified. There was no doubt that they all blamed Chen Hao for dodging. What happened? At this time, the waiter who heard the noise came in with a group of security guards. They all saw the broken feng shui fish aquarium in the VIP room. The head of the security guard stared at everyone in the room. "Fucking hell, who did this?" His feng shui fish was from Malaysia. It symbolized a lot of things, but most importantly it was very expensive, but the tank was now broken. It even happened when he was on duty. The security guards were dumbfounded. "Mr. Biao, it is a misunderstanding. I will go and talk to Mr. Feihong." Ning Fan took out a cigarette and walked to the door. Zhang Biao reached an arm out to block his way. "Oh. Young Master Ning, I don't care if it is a misunderstanding. You know the price of this feng shui fish aquarium. I can't help you with this matter. I have to contact the manager immediately." Zhang Biao immediately talked on his walkie-talkie. Shortly, a man in his 30s arrived with a group of men. He was the manager of Imperial KTV, Li Feihong. "Mr. Feihong." Ning Fan smiled. Li Feihong looked at the mess. He immediately frowned. "Fan, what are you doing? Smashing my place?" "Of course not, Mr. Feihong. One of my brothers accidentally smashed the feng shui aquarium," Ning Fan said politely. although Mr. Feihong was just a manager, everyone in Jinling Commercial Street knew him. He was once Li Jinghua, general manager Li's assistant, and was now one of his most trusted employees. Even his father had to be polite to Feihong. Blondie gulped and took a step forward. Mr. Feihong, I was very angry just now, so I hit him with a bottle. The bottle smashed the feng shui fish aquarium because he dodged the bottle. Feihong glanced at Blondie. In a flash, he kicked Blondie, picked up a bottle and hit his head. FCKU. Let's see who is angrier. Ah, all the girls were terrified. What should we do about this? This feng shui fish aquarium is used to complement the interior of this room. The claim against damage is double the cost, which is 400,000. But now, in honor of Fan's father, you just have to compensate for the original price, which is 200,000. I have given you a chance to save your face. After he said that, Li Feihong walked out with his hands in his pockets. Naturally, there were 2 bodyguards guarding the door. What should I do? Nan, Fan, I only have 5,000 with me. Blondie stood up, holding his bloodied head. Su Nan counted the notes in his wallet. I only have 50,000 with me. Damn, that's my pocket money for next month. Ma Xiaonan was very pissed off. After all, everyone was here to celebrate her birthday. There was no reason for her to stay out of it. She volunteered. I still have around 10,000. Everyone in the room gathered their money. Even Zhao Yifan decided to come up with more than 10,000. The total sum was not even 100,000. Try to think of a solution. I'll ask Mr. Feihong if he can let it slide. Ning Fan said, then slipped out, let it slide my ass. He didn't plan to waste his money. The people in the room were in trouble. I shouldn't have celebrated my birthday. I will just call my dad. Ma Xiaonan stomped anxiously. Zhao Yifan stopped her. Xiaonan, why should you be the one to fork out the money? Whoever started the mess should bear the main responsibility. She then fixed her gaze at Chen Hao. Chen Hao, Blondie wouldn't have hit you if it wasn't because of your rude attitude toward Ning Fan. Where is your temper now? Zhao Yifan said coldly. That's right, all the girls nodded in agreement. Ma Xiaonan said anxiously, I beg all of you, please don't blame it on Chen Hao. All of you don't have to pay for it. It's my birthday, so I will pay for it by hook or by crook. Ma Xiaonan started calling her family. Yang Hui and the rest of his dorm mates really wanted to help, but their living expenses were only around 1,000 per month. Chen Hao was extremely angry now, especially at Ning Fan, Su Nan and Blondie. However, Chen Hao couldn't bear to see Ma Xiaonan like this. Although this shop belonged to him, Li Feihong didn't know him. It was inconvenient for Chen Hao to call Li Jinghua in the room. He said softly, I'm going to the washroom. Chen Hao left after that. After Chen Hao left, Zhao Yifan and the other girls' eyes widened. Oh my god. I had never seen such a coward in my life. He is even worse than a girl. He just ran away like that. Zhao Yifan said. As for Chen Hao, he had reached the washroom. The security guard would not stop him since he was alone, inside the washroom. Mr. Jinghua, young Master Chen. Just call me, Jinghua, how can I help you? I'm in trouble here.